Today it's all about copper, and I'm back with an interview with the copper CEO and VP exploration on a new copper company. We talk about copper. Copper is at all-time highs. We are approaching $6 per pound. So Enrico, Joao, thank you for joining me here. Let's talk about copper. So how is the big picture? Supply, demand. What's on your mind on it?
Thank you, Florian. Thank you for having us. Well, we're not analysts, so we have the information available to everyone else. But based on our understanding and based on what we see out there in the world, we can see that, the whole Western world is on not just the Western world, the whole world is on a trend to electrify, moving away from fossil fuels. And in order to electrify, you need copper to build that energy grid. So copper is almost going to be the new fuel, the new oil of our 21st century. And then you compile on top of that artificial intelligence, data centers. You have companies like Amazon directly acquiring copper, for their pipeline of infrastructure. Yeah, we're clearly in a world that's going to be needing a lot more copper. And at the same time, you have copper supply shrinking, copper grades shrinking in mines around the world. All the higher grade mines have been fully produced. So now you're either going much deeper or you're mining lower grade lower grade rock, which is kind of what was our thesis for Algo Grande, is to focus on a high grade copper project, something that was above 1%. So yeah, we're extremely bullish. That was my mandate, Joao's mandate when we started this company, to find a high quality copper exploration project, ideally with a discovery already on it. And that's what we have. So yeah, we're extremely bullish, and
Yeah.
we all can read the reports about copper is going to go from 28 million ton demand in 2025 to, I believe, 40 million tons, and there's going to be a 10 million ton shortage. So yeah, we think in the next 15 years we're going to be in a copper bull market.
Yeah, great. Okay. And I mean, Algo Grande, I mean something big. Yeah. So that's
Yes.
you're looking for something big, but focusing on like good grades to start with. Yeah, because good grades, even medium-sized projects can make a lot of sense. Yeah, but if it's
Yes.
really something big, like a porphyry or something, yeah, attached to other mineralization, yeah, that would
Yeah.
be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for us, something big meant also something big for us. This is a big deal to us. We're all relatively young guys, and this is a big deal for us. So, but yeah, there is a high grade Skarn project, and then there's potentially a porphyry at depth. So you could take that as a dual meaning.
Okay. So Algo Grande, the flagship project is located in Mexico.
Yes, it's located in in the state of Sonora, in the southern border, and we're 4 kilometers away from the Alamo Dorado fully produced mine. It's still owned by Pan American Silver, produced 66 million ounces of silver, and we're 50 kilometers away from the third largest copper producer in Mexico, Piedras Verdes, and they're processing this more typical low-grade porphyry rock, 0.3% copper.
Oh, wow. Okay. And you just started a drilling program. The first results were just out released. Yeah. So
Yeah,
touch on that, please, or maybe lead over to Joao if you want to. So
yeah,
what did we see here?
yeah. I'll just kind of give it context, and then Joao can get into the details of it. So we acquired this project on December 18th, 2025, and we started drilling right away. And we had our first drill results come out on yesterday, February 5th. And we drilled much deeper than any company previously had drilled into the historic Skarn copper gold discovery, which it was a big part of buying the project. It anchors the valuation for the project. So we drilled the Skarn deeper, and we actually made a discovery of three new high-grade skarn horizons. So there were previously two known skarn horizons that historically known on this Cerro Grande skarn, and now we've crossed into three additional ones. So in total, we have five high-grade skarn horizons. It's pretty meaningful material, and perfect time for me to switch it over to Joao, and he can give you guys, additional insight.
Yeah. So thank you, guys. Yeah, it's first a shout out to our team in Mexico. They have been unstoppable, super professional, super fast. We couldn't be happier. In terms of the drilling itself, we understood from the previous logs. We re-looked into all the core. Happily, we have all the core from historical, and we understood that the skarn is a steeply dipping body, and it needed a bit of a shallower drilling to it than previously done. And with this, we decided on putting our drill holes to a minimum of 450 meters every time we would punch a hole, because we thought, yes, this can be bigger, and the system was never fully crossed. And this was verified by our hole number 2 that crosses like Enrico said, it crosses the historical skarn and then enters in a repetition of skarns. That it just gives you high grade as you cross it, really consistent sulfide mineralizations, copper sulfide mineralization as you go. When you are in the skarn body, you go from a magnetite rich to a less magnetite rich skarn. They both have different properties, but what they have in common is the copper grade. The copper grade is really consistent above 1%. Our end of the mineralization at 450 meters to date, because we are still assaying, this hole went to 600 meters. We end with really high grades. So we have a section with 4.1% copper and 150 grams per ton silver. So we think the system is a big system. We only drilled 4 holes in this campaign. So it was in our inaugural drilling campaign with 2,000 meters. We have our experts and our teams looking into the core at the moment and delineating the next 5 to 10,000 meters that we're going to do in the property. In the same hole, we were lucky enough to cross porphyry style textures, finger-like, that they come parallel to the core. Those porphyry veins, some of them were running really high-grade moly, up to 2,800 ppm moly. So we are really, really
Is that an
happy.
indication of a porphyry system?
Yeah, so we have a couple of indications of a porphyry system at depth. We have the porphyry textures, we have andesite porphyry rocks, we have the moly being really spiking in these type of veins, and then we have potassic style alteration along veins at depth. So now it's a matter of sitting down, looking into the core. We need to think all as a team and understand where we can triangulate to this bigger body.
And
of
Joao,
course,
how much is going to be yet to be released? How much does the market know? How much is there in the lab?
Yeah, until the moment we release 450 meters or one hole, and we have 3 holes pending, plus 150 meters from this hole. So we basically released one, if you want to say, one hole from the bunch. All the others are being processed at the moment with the same standards. We are always using the same lab, so the results will be consistent.
Perfect. I think what has to be highlighted here is the district scale potential. Yeah, because the skarn we are looking at, the Cerro Grande skarn, it's a 6-kilometer corridor, and the exploration work that's being done right now or has been done is like a 300-meter discovery zone or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah? So there's huge potential in this range of mountains. We can blend in a picture here. Yeah, so it's been proven that there is a system, yeah, but a lot of work to do in the future. And
Yeah.
Enrico, so you just put out a shareholder letter, yeah, to give some context and explain what this discovery means. Could you repeat a little bit of or like vocalize that?
We sent out a shareholder email, and essentially in that email, I said, "Hey, this is not going to be our best hole, and it's not going to be our worst hole." I was just trying to give people, trying to ground everything, right? We have a lot of work to do. This first pass drill program was only 2,000 meters. We're going to do 10,000 meters. That's what's next. We think we can allocate 10,000 meters very intelligently. 70% of that will probably be in the Cerro Grande Skarn discovery zone that you mentioned, this 300-meter zone, and proving to add to the strike length of that to up to 1.5 kilometers. But then additionally to that, we have a 6-kilometer line, as you suggested. Joao and the other members of the team, geologists, another person from Europe, another geologist from Europe, and the Mexican team, they were going along the 6-kilometer corridor looking for outcrops, and they actually found 3 kilometers away from Cerro Grande outcropping skarn that they could track for 200 meters. So the strategy here and the way we're going to build shareholder value is we're going to continue to execute drilling into Cerro Grande, expanding the tonnage as we have been doing already. And then we're going to simultaneously be proving out these additional packages of skarn along the corridor. The skarn is not going to be continuous. This is not going to be a continuous system situation. It's going to be more like pods of skarns along that 6-kilometer corridor.
Yeah.
So I hope that answers the question.
No, that's good, and also gives us some perspective what's to come. Yeah, so that's quite important. Could you, for investors new to the story, summarize what's the investment thesis? What's your vision? Why should investors have a look at Algo Grande now?
Yeah, very simple. We have a very high grade skarn discovery already on this project, with very, very significant drill intercepts and widths up to 40, 50 meters of high grade skarn. We're trading at a $25 million valuation Canadian dollars, roughly. The objective here is to double or more what we currently have at Cerro Grande, and then additionally prove out additional potential Cerro Grandes, additional skarn pods, high-grade skarn pods along the 6-kilometer corridor. And then additionally to that, we have the porphyry potential, the feeder zone system, which is fueling the skarn mineralization, which is kind of like the cherry on top. There are a lot of ways that we can add value to this company, and we have a very good shareholder base and a very good structure. We have no warrants in our structure, so if we execute on this plan, the company will do very, very well. Shareholders would.
And you have good advisors. You mentioned you're young guys, professionals for sure. Yeah, but you have the dinosaurs of the business in the board, in the advisory team. Yeah, so Peter McGaw, Michael Williams as technical advisors,
and recently Raymond Hannas, which was the ex-CEO of ATEX Resources, which was a company very similar to us in 10 to $20 million market cap that he took, and it is now at $1 billion, I believe, $1 billion market cap, and that was a porphyry project that he put his mind and investors money at work and proved out a large porphyry system at Valeriano in Chile. So having somebody with like him come on to our project is definitely a big check mark.
Perfect. Thanks so much, guys, for the interview. Enrico Gay, CEO of Algo Grande Copper, and Joao Rocha, VP Exploration. Thanks so much for the interview, taking the time, and I wish you best of luck with the essays that are coming, and all the drilling and shareholder value creation that's about to come. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.